Tony here, Psych'd on Baseball Cards with a response video for Dustin Bellinger's 400 subscriber contest. Dustin, before I start, I want to just say again, I'm really sorry for the loss of your father. I know you're going through a really tough time right now, you and your family, and my heart goes out to you guys. So what Dustin wanted us to do was talk about our fathers a little bit. So my stepfather, who pretty much, he did raise me. I never knew my real father. My mother left him when I was not even a year old. My stepfather raised me, and he was one of those guys from back in those days. He's like a really hard worker. He worked 2 jobs, so he'd go to job every morning, come home, have early dinner, and go back to his full-time job, which was he was an aircraft mechanic at the Naval Air Station. And his morning job, he was part owner of an aviation company in Oakland, and so that's what he did in the mornings. He didn't talk a whole lot. I never got to see him much because he liked to do stuff, make things. He was really good making stuff out of wood, and I wish I would have got some of his skills in that. He was hard to be around because he was always very critical. Everything had to be perfect, and some of that's rubbed off on me, I have to say. And then he purchased 10 acres of property up in a little bit east of Sacramento in the foothills in California. And for the next 10 years, 8 to 10 years, he went up every weekend and built a house by himself. He had very little help with it, and weekends and vacations for all those years, he went up there on his own. He would take us kids, and my mom would go with him too, but when I got old enough I didn't go, I'd stay home. And he built his house, and it came out really nice, and that's where he retired to. So he had this house. He ended up raising Black Angus cattle, had a fantastic garden that he grew every year, pretty much year round. Fruit trees. He was from South Carolina, grew up on a farm, so he was, that's what he really liked to do. And I know, Dustin, you mentioned your dad liked to garden, and he sounded a little bit like my stepfather. One of the stories I remember about my stepfather, one Christmas after we took the Christmas tree down, he took the tree outside, took off all the branches, went in the garage, and made me a baseball bat. Yeah, a baseball bat out of a Christmas tree. I was so thrilled. Showed all my friends, they were in awe. And the very first game, we played with the bat. We'd go up to the schoolyard. I grew up in a neighborhood where we had a lot of kids around the same age, so we could always get baseball games and football games going. And so our first baseball game we played, and it wasn't even me that did it, but the first, I think it was right in the first bat, the ball broke the bat. I was playing in the outfield, and so it's like I never got to use it, unfortunately. But it was just the idea that he made a bat, and it looked pretty cool, it looked pretty sturdy, but it snapped, right? But anyway, so that's the story of my dad. And again, Dustin, I wish you and your family well throughout this difficult time you're going to be going through. And and again, congratulations on your 400, and everybody take care. Honor your dads, love your kids, give your kids hugs every day, and tell them that you love them. Okay, so take care. Bye-bye.